at you and know it's alright. You read my mind, but I can see that you don't realize, and that's what made me fall in love. 'Cause you got style, the way your body makes my heart beat sound. It's amazing all the time. You are the only thing I need in life. Oh, I want you. Can't you see? I want you. I believe, 'cause I want you. Here with me, I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna go crazy for love. I don't need another love. Yeah. We do this every day. We do this love for life. You got a smile that makes the sun rise. You make it shine. But I can see that you don't realize, and that's what made me fall in love. 'Cause you got style, the way your body makes my heart beat sound. It's amazing all the time. You are the only thing I need in life. Oh, I want you. Can't you see? I want you. I believe, 'cause I want you. Here with me, I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna go crazy for love.
Good to see you back on the Triple C show on Sunday night.
Hello.
Hello. I'm always excited. Everybody's got their ears on, ready to go. I'll go in reverse order this time so Stephanie doesn't yell at me. Jen, how you doing?
I'll let you know in an hour how I'm doing when we see if the Browns can pull off a win.
Oh, God. Oh, so it's going to be one of those nights. Angela, what team are you rooting for, or are you rooting for Cats? I'm not sure. What do you got? Hello.
I'm just going to root for Cats. So,
So she's on the NFL. You're on Broadway. Stephanie, where are you at?
Go Browns!
Go Browns. Whoa. Good.
Woo!
I'm not sure what just happened here. Okay.
Well, Seattle's not playing, so
I'm
there you
excited.
go.
So let's get this thing going. Let's take a talk and say hello to the chat.
all right. So, we have Aliens Wear Green Hats, Sebastian the Crab, Paul Engel, Debbie Bernfeld, Monorail Mollie, Jeannie 525573, Daniel Barry Sports Highlights, Zippity Doo Dog, the Disney Baker, Mandy Adams, Janice Disney, Space Mountain Dave,
Nice.
Shelby Johnsey, Julie McGowan, Kay Wilby, Theo Sam Eagle, Mar in Memphis, Stephanie Kiel, Wendy B, Surfer Girl 326, Peter Robb, Jackie Vinton, Lisa Bowles, Tina Marie's Place, And we've got Corby Sinclair
Love it, love it. Well, welcome,
and Katie
everybody.
Y.
And Katie Y. Glad you all are here. We'll highlight more of those who come in throughout the show. If you're brand new to us tonight, do two things for me. One, make sure when we pop up all those links for our guests, you're clicking all those links and giving them a follow on all their social medias to keep up with them. And if you're new to our show, we do this Disney interview every Sunday night. The ladies take charge of the channel. Hit that subscribe. Make sure you have the reminder bell set so we can do it. That was a great welcome to the chat, but let's talk about last week real quick. And we had some great highlights. Jen, I think you want to talk a little bit about that.
We had our biggest show to date with Tanya, the Crazy Disney Lady. It was so much fun to have her on. We met her and learned about how magic is a part of her channel and her family.
Yep.
She shared that her loyal following, the Crazy Crew, is just cherished and an important part of her channel. We talked with Tanya about the magical content that can be found on her channel that she's doing these days. We had another awesome beverage last week by myself. I am still having some today. It was the apple pie punch. If you missed last week's show or any past episodes, make sure you're going to the Triple C playlist on the Pete McDevitt Show. So if one of our mods can drop that link right now, go ahead and check out our past episodes. And also, we cannot forget that we have a giveaway from last week for the Crazy Crew. You had to make sure you're following the Triple C Show, the Clubhouse Chaotic Chat on Instagram, and leave a comment on last week's video. And winner was chosen, and we will announce that at the end of the show. So good luck to all the Crazy Crew.
That's fantastic. I love that. Love that. It's going to be exciting giveaway tonight. And yes, make sure you can check out all those past shows. We're up to show coming up, approaching show 20 before the end of the year. That's fantastic. That's 20 episodes that you can go back and see some amazing people. Angela, anybody else jump in?
I haven't seen anybody else new jump in.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure we don't miss anybody. Steph, let's talk about this week's guest real quick before we get into a couple fun questions for you guys.
All right. And boy, we got a gem for you guys tonight. This guy is really awesome. So he is a recognized presence in the Disney parks, known throughout Disney's social media community. He was inducted into the Disney YouTube series of recognition with his honorary character, the iconic Pocahontas, with induction number 215. He was a DCP participant back in his earlier days, and he's a current cast member who's been seen performing at numerous Disney property locations for years. Joining us tonight in just a few minutes, it will be singer, songwriter, and digital creator, Piano Rob.
Woo! Great introduction. Fantastic. Welcome in, Katie Mack. Thanks for joining us. Let's have some spicy questions real quick. I always like to have fun with the ladies on there. And then we're going to talk a little bit about a drink of the week, so that'll be fun too. Spicy! Let's go. Let's have a little fun. They're not so crazy, but just to get to know the ladies a little bit each week. I like for the to have a little fun. So let's go to Jen first. Jen, have you ever practiced kissing in the mirror?
Who hasn't?
No, I haven't. Oh, well, thank you. Okay. Angela,
that comes from lots of practice.
Okay,
See,
well,
practice
yes.
makes perfect.
You were right up to us. That God bless. Thank you for that. There right now is 50 people that are thanking you for practicing. So, Angela, how about you? Yes?
No, I never did.
No? Okay.
Really?
All right. Good.
Yeah, I probably did like one time, and I was like, well, my lips are just smushed against the wall. Like, what the heck? How does that make you a better kisser?
I don't know, but please don't bring Paul in for a
No,
test.
you don't kiss the mirror. You just like make a kissy face in the mirror. I wasn't actually kissing the mirror.
I wasn't sure, so yeah, I'm gonna have to say no.
Okay, Angela,
Yeah.
what children's movie could you watch over and over again?
There's a lot to pick from on that.
Give me
I'd
one.
either have to go with either Charlotte's Web
Ooh,
or Secret of Nim.
okay, two good ones. Stephanie?
Ooh.
Wow, so I only thought like of Disney stuff. I didn't really think along any other line. So I wrote down Tangled because
Tangled.
it's just hilarious, and I love it. So yeah.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Let's go with Jen. What do you got?
Any Disney movie.
Any Disney movie. Good answer.
Any one of them.
Okay. Last question, Stephanie. When was the last time you butt dialed someone and hashtag follow up? Who was it?
I've never done that before, actually.
What?
I really don't. Yeah, I just never put my phone in my pants or anything. And
Okay.
yeah.
I say that. Well, we just created a soundbite. Jen, what about you? Who was the last person you butt dialed?
Well, I don't really put my phone in my pants either.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, I've accidentally called people, where I didn't, you tap on the screen in the wrong spot and it accidentally will dial them. And that probably happens to my mom at least once a day.
Okay. Your mom. Okay. Jen's mom. She might be watching us. So if you've been butt dialed, we're sorry. Angela, how about you?
Okay, this last happened a long, long time ago,
Okay.
and it was my ex
Oh,
when we were still together at the time.
that's
Okay.
well, Mr. X, we apologize for that happening. When I saw that question and I wrote it down, I got to be honest, because the last time I did it, it was right before I stopped working, and I butt dialed the White House. So
No, you didn't.
yes, I
For
did.
real?
Yes,
Oh my
I did.
gosh.
I went with oops, sorry, and then I got 3 phone calls back within 5 minutes. So yeah, it was something. Never will forget it. All right, let's have some fun. So before we get to our guests, real quick, we're going to have fun and bust through. It is the happy hour time. It's the drink of the week. I'm excited about this. This is a good one. I'm really excited. It's holiday time. This is going to be a lot of fun. Angela, tell us about our drink of the week this week.
So, before I tell you about the drink of the week, I'd like to welcome in Sarah Link,
Ooh,
Nathan O'Connell, Kofa Creative Studios, and Jonathan Chong.
love it. Awesome. Welcome in.
Hey, guys.
So, I've decided it's that time of year where we need to be festive. So, I was like, everybody likes a little hot chocolate. And we like to sometimes add a little bit of peppermint schnapps to it.
Nice.
So we went with the peppermint schnapps hot chocolate. And then you can just garnish it with a little candy cane. Or crumble up a candy cane and put it on top. And then put some whipped cream with it. It's delightful.
It sounds
It
phenomenal.
looks really good.
Yeah, I this with the peppermint twist of Smirnoff, which is a really good product, by the way. I will endorse that. Hashtag not a sponsor, but I'll endorse that. That's a good one. Stephanie, what about you? You like this?
Yeah, it looks awesome. But I just want to know, how do they do the inside of the glass to make it look like that?
Well, they pour the drink in.
How does it? But it looks so perfectly, it's really
when it's done for broadcast, they do it good. It's a little bit different than when it's done.
It looks awesome, though, but I'm just, entranced by the way that they did that.
Oh, there you go. And Jen, what do you think? Peppermint twist here?
Yes, please, with extra whipped cream on top.
Oh, okay. Going whipped cream, crazy. So,
join you.
You'd like a whipped cream with a side of peppermint. So that's a good thing.
Pretty much.
I love this. If you want to try this drink at home, all the stuff that's in it is right up there. You can also Google, take a quick look out, Google it, and it'll come up. I found it pretty easy. And it does sound like a delightful, fun way, maybe for decorating your Christmas tree or sitting around one night watching a holiday movie. Add a little twist to your life. It's a good thing. And talking about twists, well, there's no better twist than a musician can bring to your life. The magic they bring with the artistry they get from their hands and their throat as they play the keys and sing their songs. And we couldn't be more blessed than our guest tonight. Let's go over and talk with him. It's time to jump in the chat with our guest. It's Piano Rob, everybody coming in. Rob,
hey!
I love the festive attire. You look great. How you been?
I'm good. I don't wear anything else. Once Thanksgiving hits, it's Santa hat until Christmas.
Okay. Well, I can go with that.
Love it.
I'd like to preface that your soundbite actually says, "I'm not going to wear anything else but a Santa house hat until Christmas."
I heard that too. I was like, wait, what?
You're gonna find it to be true.
Okay. Well, just say,
So-
Allie may watch the replay. I don't want to get in trouble myself. So
she's probably wearing a Santa hat downstairs right now.
God bless her. We love that.
Yay.
All right, well, let's have some fun. Welcome in, Walrus Corp. We're going to talk about you just a little bit. Thank you for joining tonight. Let's jump over and let's say hello to our guests before we get the interview. How about Angela? Kick that off this week.
Yes, thanks so much, Rob, for joining us this week. I'm so excited to hear more about your Disney background and all the fun stuff you've got going on.
Thank you for having me.
Jen.
Well, I want to say thanks for being here, and I am so excited to maybe hear you tickle some keys later on for us.
Fair enough.
That's a good one. I love it.
Tickle away.
We will definitely tickle some keys a little bit later on. I promise you that. Let's get in and jump in. Steph, let's start this interview. We'll rock it out. Let's have some fun.
All right, so Rob, thank you so much for being here tonight. You're really awesome. I've enjoyed talking with you a little bit before the show started and stuff, so that was really cool. So we're looking forward to talking about your social media, your music, and more. Let's start by getting to know you a little bit better. So there might be one or two people here that are joining us that may not know you very well. Could you go and give us a little snippet about who you are and what you do?
Yes. Well, I'm Rob from the social medias. It's become Piano Rob over the last couple of years. I moved down to the Orlando area around 2005, and I just did a Disney college program. And then I got into the piano world down here. I had always played a little at home, and people know me at Disney from the Jelly Rolls days was my first Disney piano job. And then through the pandemic, I did some other things online, and then came back. I fill in at the Rose and Crown in Epcot, which is a lot of fun. And my company has a show at the Boathouse at Disney Springs. So those are the main places I think people know me from.
That's awesome. And so we love learning about how creators develop their social media identity. So can you share with us how Piano Rob came to life?
Okay. I guess it was a happy accident at first. I mean, it was Instagram is what became my biggest means. I was hired as a piano player at the Playlist Live event. It's a big creator conference that people go to. And I ran into to Cody T from the Lost Bros, if anybody's familiar with their clothing line. And he was the nicest guy, he still is. And we got to talking, and they do an event every year, and he had me as one of the main acts for the event, and so that kind of started boosting the following. So then between that and Jelly Rolls, it kind of just slowly grew. So that was the beginning of it.
Very nice, awesome. All right, I'm going to throw it over to to Angela, because she's going to ask you a few questions. Alrighty.
Yeah. First, I'd like to welcome in David T to the chat.
Nice.
So Disney, we all have memories of Disney. Can you share your memories of Disney with us?
So my earliest memories of Disney are really just culminated into when I was 5. We started taking trips. So I had a ton of just memories with it. It was just the 4 of us most of the time. Me, my sister, my parents. And it became an almost every year thing. And then at some point it became an every year thing. And once they wanted to stop coming, I started coming by myself. But for me, that's really what it was. It was the most fun we had as a family. That was the week I knew we had together. Out of the year, we hit Haunted Mansion as the last ride every night at Magic Kingdom. That was something we always did together.
Nice.
Our character breakfasts were always at Park Fair in Grand Floridian. I just remember little things like that.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
Awesome. So each of us have our own path to how we found the Disney YouTube community. Can you tell us about how you found the Disney YouTube community?
What's funny? The YouTube side of it is it was the less known for me. I didn't do anything on YouTube, and even my YouTube, you'll see if you go click over there, it is by far my least anything with social media. I'll put the same videos up as I do as Instagram and TikTok. I mean, they're all a little different based on the format, but this is by far the one I know the least. And I really didn't get into it. So I know we were talking about Gene Fitzmagic before. Gene is the one who really got me started with the YouTube, because he brought me on. We had that show, the interview show, an evening with the magical lifestyle, and then it became Late Night Magic. And that's how I really got in with the YouTube community, and what a rewarding show that was. I actually wish we could still do that in some form. Maybe we will someday.
Love it.
And before I toss it over to Jen, I'd like to welcome in the Curtis family, Jennifer Caruso, and Sarah J.
Welcome, buddy.
So, Rob, in all of your socials, we can see how much your family is in your core values. This was evident today, specifically when you sang happy birthday to your mom. Happy birthday, Rob's mom.
Yeah, happy birthday, Mom. If she's watching, I think I hope she's out partying or something. But I think if she's watching, happy birthday.
Happy birthday to your mom. That's awesome.
Yep. Can you share with us the importance of your family in your life?
I love my family. I don't know. I know that everybody has very different relationships with members of their family. I grew up with a very good family life. My parents are still happy together, and they live around the corner. And my sister is like less than a mile away. Like I was down here before all of them, but I have a very good relation with them, and now I've carried that in with my own children and with Allie, my fiance now, which I think everybody knows. But it's just, it's, I don't know. I don't know for me. I need that. That's those people make everything that I do more special. If I didn't have them, it would be lonely. What's the point of having all the stuff without the people to share it with?
So true.
That's absolutely right. I agree 100%. You did mention Allie, your fiance. We always like to hear the stories behind how couples met. Can you share your story with us?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's a very interesting story. We both worked at Jelly Rolls at the same time. So it starts out just, little conversations. You have stuff in common. And then we started hanging out, and we never stopped hanging out.
That's cool.
Yeah, it wasn't anything super funny or super, in that sense. But we just kept wanting to hang out, and here we are, this many years later, which is so nice.
Nope.
Is she musically inclined like you are?
She was a flute player, which I haven't seen, and we do a little bit of singing stuff now and then, some little funny duets when the mood hits us, which that just reminded me we have to do one later that we said we were going to do for weeks. But it's in that way we just have fun, and honestly, she's hysterical. The comedy side of her is what
she's comedically inclined.
Really keeps
absolutely.
Yeah. Awesome.
She's fantastic.
We'll have to have her on sometime.
That was fantastic, ladies. I love getting to know our guests a little more. Again, my moderators are dropping the links all throughout the night for the ladies for Rob. So there's many social medias you can follow him on. Please, I encourage everybody who might be new to Piano Rob or just find him. Or if you love Piano Rob and you didn't know he had all these socials, check him out. There's always content coming over there, music and fun and everything. We would endorse that. If you're brand new to me, please subscribe tonight and come back here on Sundays as the ladies interview many social media people from our community. We got some great ones coming up. And of course, we do Disney content every day of the week. And on Friday nights, we have a hangout. So it's a good thing as we go there. Rob, we like to ask our guests some spicy questions. It's always fun. Guess what, buddy? Uh-oh. It's your turn. It's your turn to go. It's a little bit of the sizzling Q&A, as we call it. We're going to have a little bit of fun with it here. We'll start off. Stephanie, you're up. Go to bat. Let's see what we got.
All right, Rob. Have you ever used self-tanner?
I have not. I haven't even been to a tanning salon.
No way. You probably just tan,
I am always, this is me not being in the sun. So I never really needed to. So no, I've never done any tanning fake otherwise. Even tanning outside in the sun is more accidental. It's never intentional.
Well, you're lucky. You're Mediterranean. You probably already have that natural glow. So
I am.
That's awesome.
I am lucky in that. Sense.
So how about you, ladies? Anybody else ever tried it?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
And it's a mistake every time, but yet I do it again and again, and it's a mistake every time. I think I learned my lesson by now.
I think that should be a show in itself. We should have Jen self-tan for us and see how it goes. Angela says no, absolutely not.
No.
What about you, Peter?
Me? Nope. No, I got the Italian side of me. The minute I go out in the sun, I darken quick.
Nice, you do tan. I remember the summer. Yep.
You know, I'll probably
That'd be
2 weeks from now when I'm down in Disney, I'll be there for 3 days and I'll look like I've been there for a month.
So jealous.
So
jealous.
Let's go Angela. How about you throw up one?
First off, let me welcome in Lila Rose, Dad Builds, and Happy's Haunt. So Rob, what's one food that you will never order at a restaurant?
For me, this one was kind of easy. It's going to be lobster and shrimp because I'm allergic to it. That's the one that I stay away from. But honestly, other than that, there's nothing I stay away from. I will try pretty much anything at some point.
Okay.
Good for you. That's awesome.
I like to eat. I like to eat a lot.
So I'm kind of like you with the seafood, the shellfish allergy. Like I would probably stay away from that, even though I love shellfish. But it's not worth it.
Okay.
Yeah, but I would definitely never try anything like tripe or liver or kidneys or any of those other kind of.
See, I would under whatever circumstance, if it's prepared a proper way, I'll try anything.
Really, go for it. That's awesome, man. No, not here.
Jen, I know where this is going, but go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not allergic to shellfish, but I'm still not going to order it.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh,
Shellfish, yes. Fish, no.
If it's got C in front of it, she doesn't want to talk to it. So I can tell you that.
pretty much.
If
it's from the ocean,
seafood.
Forget it.
Yeah. Welcome into.
No sushi either.
No sushi? No way. Oh my gosh.
Wow, okay, I see.
No sushi, no fish,
No sushi.
nothing from the sea.
He's a cheap date. Fruit Loops and a banana.
I wouldn't say cheap. I mean, I'd go for a really nice hunk of steak. So
there you go. There it is. Tom Watt, welcome into the channel. You just came in at the perfect time to hear a great soundbite from the amazing Monorail Mollie. Right there. Love it. Let's go over to. Why not, Jen? Take it. It's your turn. What crazy question?
I don't know why I get these questions all of a sudden today about kissing, but who do you? Hashtag not a soundbite. Who do you think of the 7 dwarfs would be known as the best kisser?
Oh, that's interesting.
Happy.
Okay.
Yeah. After I went through all of them too, then I came up with Happy.
Just because of his personality? Is that where you're going with it?
It has to be Happy. Well, first of all, you can rule out a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
For a bunch of sneezy.
Yeah.
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 Sleepy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Bashful sounds kind of boring.
Yeah. Grumpy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Dopey.
Dopey, yeah.
You can kind of rule it out, and then you look at Happy, and you're like, well, he's always in a good mood. He's one of the larger ones, so he's probably good with his mouth. I say Happy.
Okay, interesting. I'd be concerned about him flying, falling at you, but I don't know.
Well, who are you picking, Pete? Who's your dwarf of choice?
Who's your choice of dwarf to kiss?
I'm going. With
who's your hi ho?
Hold on, I can't go to Snow White. I want to kiss him.
Who's your hi ho? I like that.
I go with Grumpy.
Very good.
I go with the angry kiss. Why not?
Very good.
I've been living with that for years. Why not? Go with that.
Oh, Pete. Oh,
Stephanie, your turn.
So yeah, Happy obviously, but then I thought maybe Doc, because he had to read up on the medical books and stuff, and so maybe he would, have a little insight there.
Okay, good one. Angela?
I don't think Dopey would be that bad.
Yeah.
I have something I really want to say right now, but I'm terrified. I'm not going to say it, so I'm just going to leave it alone. So
his tongue would just be hanging out like, don't you think?
I don't know.
Necessarily.
Well, maybe that's a talent. I don't know. Jen, what about you before we go?
I was thinking happy because I thought, oh, well, that, should be a happy thing, right? But then I heard Steph say doc, and I was thinking, well, is he a real doctor? Does he make real doctors money? Then yes, please.
Oh, okay.
Because why is he a minor?
I don't know.
Right?
That's good. I like that.
His
That's why
name
we
is
do this.
Doc.
It's the fun questions to have some fun with it. Let's get back in and talk about a little bit with our guests. We got some odds and ends. Odds and ends means we're going to kind of go all over. There's not going to be one set topic. The ladies are going to have a little fun. So let's jump over to odds and ends. And I think Angela's going to start off with some odds and ends information. Let's go with it.
I am. So how much did you mentioned earlier the Disney College program. How much did being a part of the Disney College program have on your life?
It was everything about it was fantastic, and it had a very big influence. But if this also makes sense, probably no bigger than things that happened before or after. It's like I feel like every section, every era had some level of importance as time went on. But the college program was awesome. That was my first time living away from home, because I went to college, in my town where we lived on Staten Island. So I lived at home. So I still always had one foot in the door, one foot out of the door type of deal. But then when I did the college program, that was it. And even that, you're not really totally on your own. It's it's organized enough compared to being totally on your own. But that was a nice kind of transition to being on your own also. I was a backlot tour guide at a Disney MGM Studios, which was I love that. I've gotten to walk into most of the parks at weird hours and times for different events now and that job was the first one. I got to walk at Spectacle of Lights when that was still back there. So that was just so much fun. It was such a classic attraction, a staple of that park and Michael Eisner's vision of that park. And then the people I met, that was my first real experience meeting people from everywhere, which was so cool. Like, I was in my New York bubble, which is nice, but it was so much better just meeting people from everywhere. And I have friends from all over from that time frame. So yeah, college program was a very big influence. Great time.
Right. Welcome into Nico the Greco and Thumper 88.
Welcome in.
So during the pandemic, you created an entire at-home performance. Share with us the insight and the reactionary feedback from those shows.
What another happy accident. Honestly, we all got that same news that we're going to stay home for 2 weeks, and that was going to be the end of it. And they closed. I was still at Jelly Rolls. That was my last day at Jelly Rolls ever. Was that night when DeSantis said, "That's it, bars are closed tomorrow." So that night was my last night at Jelly Rolls, and the next day, I believe it was St. Patrick's Day. To be honest, I think it was May 17th, 2020. Like you're just home with nothing to do, and my kids were with their mom. Allie was working a job that was still happening. And I was like, well, I got to do something. I might as well go live. And some people showed up and they appreciated it because people weren't doing it. And at this point, we closed a little later than some of the other states. So some people had already been kind of locked down sitting there. And I just started doing these request shows and people kept tuning in. And then I did it. And we kept going it was something like almost 3 months straight. We took a day and then we did another ridiculous amount of shows straight. And it was nice for me. It gave me a purpose, and it seemed to give other people a nice escape. And some of those people became like family to me. I still talk to many of them, weekly at least. It's kind of it was an amazing thing that happened.
Yeah. I know a lot of people had to get really kind of scrappy and creative during that time. I believe we're gonna now switch over to Steph, and she's gonna ask you some more musical questions.
All right, guys. So listen to this. Everybody in chat, listen up. And if you're not in chat, listen up. So you, Rob, have shared the stage with acts like New Kids on the Block, Deborah Gibson, Boys to Men, Alfonso Ribeiro, to name a few. Is there where did I go? One performance that jumps out as most memorable for you out of these, or any others?
Oh my goodness, that's such a difficult question, only because everything's different. There's so many different types of things. Some of the ones you mentioned, one of those, Joey Fatone's family has a charity and they used to do shows at Howl at the Moon, and they did it for many years consecutively. Some was for his charity, and some I believe was for Toys for Tots. So over the course of those, that's where I got to do, songs here and there with all those people. That was just amazing. So of course it stands out for me. Like, you're just there with all these celebrities, and not in a bad way. We're great musicians ourselves. I'll give you a couple of funny ones, because now as I'm thinking, I remember one. This wasn't a performance, but it's a great story. I'm a huge Yankees fan. Bernie Williams was in Howl at the Moon one night when I worked there. And I'm looking back and I'm like, and he's just standing there by himself. We're in Florida. Not everybody I didn't even know who he is. I'm like, that is freaking Bernie Williams. I know it's Bernie Williams. I'm like, I got to say something. I'm going to kick myself if I don't say something tomorrow. I get maybe within 10 feet of him, and he's already turning to me. Before I can get a word out, he's like, you guys are amazing. And I'm like, you're amazing, Bernie Williams. Like, it was like, and I asked him if he wanted to come play with us, and he was nervous to play with us because he was drinking a little. And I'm like, you don't, like, I wish you, but like things like that. Another big one for me, we got hired by this conference, and for whatever reason, they wanted 4 piano players, 2 on the stage and 2 on pedestals in the middle of nowhere in the audience. It was like a couple of thousand people thing. And Jerry Seinfeld was the headliner, but for whatever reason, they wanted us to do this little medley of 5 songs before he went out. That was and then we got to watch the show, and I mean, it's Jerry Seinfeld.
Cool. That's cool.
So yeah, so cool.
Those are there's a lot of little moments like that. This one not probably as big a deal to other people. We had one of my very first nights ever doing dueling pianos. It was at Tampa Howl at the Moon. Billy Joel's sax player, Mark Rivera, came in with a saxophone.
Wow.
So we got to do all the Billy Joel songs with the guy who's on, at least a quarter of the records doing it. He's been a sax player for the last 20-something years. It like, that was cool. Like, it sounds so authentic playing like in those. So just a lot of fantastic moments like that. And I hope to have many, many more.
Oh, I'm sure you will. That's really awesome. I can't imagine looking out the audience and seeing some of the people that you just saw, that you described and whatever. Yeah. That's sweet. All right. So how different was it performing at the Amway Center for larger audiences over, the bar and lounge type atmosphere?
So the 2 times we did one for a Predator game that we were I don't even think that's the team anymore, the Arena Football team, and we did one for the Magic with the halftime show, which was probably the bigger one. To be very honest, other than the fact that I can look up, because from the ground it just looks endless. Like, that's the part that I think looks cool, is that it looks like it goes on and on. But as far as the performance goes, those are, in a weird way, I think are almost just kind of easy, and I hate to say robotic, because there's not really a personal connection at that point. You're so far away from everybody, and that halftime show was so short. We did a couple of party song medley, and it was cool. I would love to do that under different circumstances in a bigger arena where I get to do kind of more of a full set. Maybe one day something will happen, but it's not as personal. But they're both fun for different reasons.
Right. I can see where the other one's more intimate. And then if they're up close, you're a little bit more nervous maybe, or I don't know, because they can see everything you're doing.
Yeah.
Up close and personal. Oh, and I do have to say, Baker in the audience, I know I saw he wrote, it's Debbie Gibson, but she is now going by Deborah, I have been told.
Yeah,
so
Baker,
come on. It was not an accident that I said Deborah. So just saying.
It's not the 90s anymore, Baker.
I'd like to go
That's
back.
right, Baker. Come on.
Go back to the source that you're dealing with.
As much as I wish it was the 80s, that was good times. Oh, anyway, all right, so moving on. Jen, you got a question or two?
Yeah. We're going to switch gears a little bit. We want to talk about the company that you own, Orlando Dueling Pianos. It's been super successful. Can you share the background on the company with us?
Wow. So where to start? So this company, at some point, while I was in my Jelly Rolls time, we kept getting inquiries for people to do other things. Weddings, an event here and there, things happen. So my partner at the time at Jelly Rolls, John Kenny, sadly he passed away about 5 years ago now.
Sorry.
But he started the company. It's his company. He really had this vision at this point. He wanted to build it, so he started building it, and we started getting a bunch of good events. And he would ask me now and then to do it. Like I said, whatever it was, a wedding, a retirement party. And then after he passed, I called up a couple of other friends that I knew that I could kind of trust, and they started to take it over. And then eventually, I got on board fully as one of the owners, and it was a nice growing thing. Most of it's been word of mouth, but we're consistently doing events. We have 4 shows a week at the Boathouse. You always have 2 piano players at the Boathouse for 3 hours Friday night and Saturday night, and 3 hours for Saturday and Sunday brunch. So it's not always me. It's me. I would say at least half the time, but that's been wonderful to just have that presence. And then on top of it, like I said, it's all just private gigs. I mean, we'll get house parties. We did an event in Celebration recently for their residents, but it's just it's been a nice, rewarding way to have to meet other people and get to do different types of things musically.
Love it.
I know in addition to these events, that you've done, we know that you've performed at Howl at the Moon, Baby Grand's Piano Bar, and Jelly Rolls. How does the live interaction and crowd reaction influence your performance?
I would think any performer is going to agree with me, but I feed off the crowd. The more the crowd's going to be into something, the more I'm going to be into it. And it's actually funny because I don't feel like I do those types of bigger shows as much anymore, like they happen. And when I do get to do one, I really feel the adrenaline rush from that type of thing. And all of those bars were so fun and different in their own ways. They were all different types of crowds, and I guess I was different times in my life too. So I was in different ages, but those were a lot of fun, and I definitely feed off the energy of the crowd.
Awesome.
Love it. Great questions, ladies, and great segment there with Rob. I want to, before we go into our concluded segment, I'm going to remind everybody of a couple of things. One, my guest has had links dropped into the chat all throughout the night. If you want to find him on any of the socials, just click through the chat, click the link, give him a follow so you know where Piano Rob's going to be, or stay up with him. I'm telling you, you won't go wrong there. Again, if you're brand new to the ladies, we do this every Sunday night with incredible creators all the way through. Some of our recent guests have been very, very popular in the community and had a lot of views. We got some good ones coming up. The Triple C Show is rocking. We've got a full playlist. Check them out. And, of course, hit that subscribe. We would appreciate that. I also want to remind everybody that Piano Rob will be performing for us in just a few minutes here, right after this next segment. So hang around. You're going to hear the keys get tickled, and that's going to be fun. And we've got a giveaway tonight, too, also coming up. A giveaway tonight. And I might announce another giveaway that I had an idea on. I haven't even told the ladies about it. I like doing that. I like giving things away. I get yelled at usually for doing it, but I like doing that. And Walrus Corp, thank you for being here. We'll talk about them in just a little bit. He says, Rob is the best. And thank you for that. I just followed your channel the other day, Walrus Corp.
He's the best.
Let's take a step over. I think we're going over to final thoughts. Let me check what the board says. We are going over. We are coming over to some final thoughts. So, Jen, how about start us up over here?
Well, we had another awesome show tonight. Few highlights. We talked about how the Disney magic has surrounded Rob in his life. Rob shared his musical influences and impacts that have molded the creative artist he is today. We learned the impact family has on Rob and nurtures his creative impulses. We want to highlight that Piano Rob can be found performing in Disney Springs at the Boathouse. His company has weekly shows Friday and Saturday nights with additional Saturday and Sunday brunches. You can see him on WDW News Tonight as the musical director and performer on Thursday night shows on YouTube. You would want to tune into WDWNT TV. Mm-hmm. And also you can see him at Rose and Crown on a random basis over in Epcot. But of course, he is always available for private events, weddings, corporate parties, retirements, etc. To book Rob for an event, reach out on any of his socials, directly on his email, which T. Marie's Place has been posting in the chat tonight. Going back, we had another awesome beverage of the week featured by Angela, which was the peppermint schnapps hot chocolate. Yes, thank you. Lots of whipped cream. And I encourage everyone to leave a comment with their thoughts on that drink of the week. You never know when there's going to be another giveaway. Sounds like Pete's throwing a surprise giveaway tonight. So you just never know what you're going to get.
Absolutely.
So great show. Angela, do you want to go ahead and talk about some of Rob's favorite creators?
Yes. Before we start in on that, welcome in Tim Rimple, Gene Fitzmagic, Matthew Walter, and Sean Urban. So we usually ask our guests, people that they want to talk about and kind of share a little bit. So this week, Rob has decided he wanted to share out Walrus Corp, Screen Crush, and Noah Sunday Lefwitz. So, Rob, you want to talk a little bit about Noah's channel?
Yeah. So first of all, I love all these channels, and they're all completely different, and they're all my relationship with all of them is all completely different, which is what's really kind of great. So Noah Sunday Lefkowitz, he was an Imagineer, and he is a phenomenal musician. He does. Me and him have only spoken probably in commenting back and forth on some things for each other. Like I've never met Noah, but such a talented musician. It's one the people that get me to stop online. That's why, like when Pete asked, I'm like, this is a guy. When his stuff comes up, I stop. He's just very creative. Old theme park songs that you didn't even know were theme park songs. Like it's a great page. If you like piano stuff, go check it out.
Sweet.
Yeah.
What about? All right. So Screen Crush.
So Screen Crush, again, I have zero relationship with these people. This is a show that a channel I'm truly just a fan of. This is, whenever I watch anything Marvel or Star Wars related and a couple of other things, this is the channel that has all the breakdowns to explain everything I missed, what the theories are, what characters I need to follow. These channels are very large channels too. These are channels like this is what they do. But if you are a little nerdy like me and love all the superhero and galactic stuff, and you got questions, that's the channel I go to after every episode of something on Disney Plus. That's it.
I'm probably gonna have to go check them out here very soon. All right.
Yes.
Walrus Carp.
Walrus Carp, like the Walrus and the Carpenter from Alice in Wonderland. Kirk runs this company, and Kirk is just a good friend of mine. Kirk's fantastic. Kirk is the one who designed the cartoon version of me that Pete put as the thumbnail, which is also
awesome.
You can also buy a shirt with that logo on it. The only place you can get a Piano Rob shirt is on Kirk's page, and I know he just had a significant order recently, which was very nice. But Kirk started out with this clothing company, very unique stuff that off-brand, kind of related to the park style. And now he streams at least twice a week from the parks on TikTok, all day, full streams. He has such a fantastically large following on TikTok, and they absolutely adore him, and rightfully so. He'll do days where like somebody gets to pick the whole day of what they want to see him do. So when they're, they got to be home and wherever they are, Ohio or something else, and maybe it's rainy and he will do whatever they want to do and go all around whatever parks, resorts, meet characters, go on rides. It's fantastic, and he's just a great guy.
Nice.
So that's Walrus Carp.
I'm gonna jump here real
Nice.
quick for a second. Angela, great job. Thank you. Sorry to interrupt. Rob, through the years you've done a lot for me, helping me out. You gave me permission for one of your private songs. It is my return video when I return from this medical tragedy that I still listen to that song. I have it on my playlist. I listen to it all the time, and it is one of my favorites. So, and I know, listening to what you just said here, I was impacted about Walrus Corp, and I know that they're in the chat. So I'm going to do two things tonight that wasn't on the agenda outside of it. One, I'm going to, I have on my channel the Race for 100,000, where every week we highlight channels. I am going to, as a favor and thank you to you for things you've done for me, I'm going to put Walrus Corp into that Race to 100,000 so that people will see their channel logo, will hear their channel name. Every week we do a show until they hit 100K as a thank you. And I hope it helps them, because I know they're, I think, around 7,000 over here, maybe, I think, somewhere 7,000 in that area for that. And then I'm also going to throw out the invitation. If they want to do one of my Wednesday night interviews where people can get to know them over here on YouTube, Walrus Corp, just hit me up on DM. The invitation's there. I'll gladly do an interview with them to help more people find them over here as a thank you. Again, thank you for them being here. We have an incredible guest coming next week. We still have music coming up with Rob in just a minute. Steph, can you tell us about our guest next week?
I sure can. So next week, we're going to go back to the community with our guest. Our guest is loved in the community for her commitment to the channels that she does follow. Generous. She's warm and generous. And she's the core. And she's, hard. She is warm-hearted to the core of her soul and my soul, and probably everybody she knows. She's passionate for others. She was inducted into our Community Hall of Recognition, partnered with Miss Tinkerbell, and inducted as number 165. Mama Moonshine is a Love Community member, and she will be joining us next week, the one and the only Debbie Bernfeld.
That's awesome. Excited to sit down with Debbie and learn some more about Debbie. That'll be fantastic. So good stuff going there. All right, I want to remind everybody as we pull into the close that, hey, the Triple C's, they have an Instagram, everybody. Just like you can find Piano Rob over on his Instagram all the time, the Triple C's are building their Instagram. So I ask everybody, please come over, take a look at it, give it a follow. You'll know what they're up to. There's going to be more coming from them in the future. Welcome in, Shannon D for Disney. Saw you come in as well. So the Instagram is rocking, so make sure you check that over there. I want to highlight also before we go to our finish here that my man, Dad Builds, will be building a little bit later tonight. It's a triple threat over there. He's going to do the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, Charlie Brown Christmas, and Spirited over there with Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds. It's a watch party over on Dad Build, so the moderators will be dropping the link in there momentarily. And before I talk with our guests finally, I want to remind you that, hey guys, Piano Rob can be found just a little bit everywhere. He's got a YouTube channel. We've been highlighting that throughout the night. You can go over and check him out over there. He is really strong on Instagram, solid over there. There's that Piano Rob logo. Check him out. Give him a follow. Keep up with him, with Allie, with everything that's going. Facebook, he's doing strong. He's got his own personal Facebook, but you can find him for bookings. If you need him for a wedding, a birthday party, bar mitzvah, somebody's retiring, you're getting divorced and you're happy, whatever, Rob will play it. He'll do it well. That's for sure. You can check him out both Facebook groups over there. You also can find him really strong. I love Rob over on TikTok and what they're doing over there. I follow him myself and keep up with everything. Musical, fun, comedy. He's just a good guy all the way around. Check out our friend. And he is on Twitter. Still, it's Twitter, it's X, it's all the above. You can find Rob in all
I forgot I had a Twitter.
You forgot you had a Twitter? Well,
I would have changed that picture a while ago.
I do my research.
That's so funny. I forgot I even had it.
Real quick, we had a giveaway on Tanya's show last week. We had such a huge following from the crazy crew come in that we said we'd do a giveaway from those who went in and subscribed to the Instagram and also left a comment last week. We did the drawing for that, and Jen, that winner would be who?
Drum roll. Stephanie Hughes.
There you go. Oh, there we go. I should have done. No, Rob, we should have done that.
What a
Stephanie
great name.
Hughes. Congratulations to Stephanie Hughes. Jen will send out a post on Insta. It was the Headless Horseman mug, a really cool one, right there.
I'm so
we'll get
jealous.
that out. Wendy B, if you're still in the chat, I'm still trying to get a hold of you and get an address to get you out your mug that we still have sitting here when you won. So send me an address. You have my number. I tried to call you, but you were busy. So congratulations, Jen. I'll put that out on Insta there as well. So as we finish up and get ready to say goodnight, first I'd like to go around real quick to the ladies for a final thought and our guest. Let's start with Stephanie Kiel because she hates when I do that.
I really do. So yeah, thank you so much, Rob, for being here. It was so nice to get to know you, and I look forward to. I hope to see you live. So that's like a goal now. So I want to make sure I'm going to be somewhere where you're playing in the near future. So thanks and happy holidays to you too.
Love it.
Thank you. I hope so too.
Mm-hmm.
Angela, final thought of the night.
Thanks, Rob, for joining us, and I do hope to see you live. I am actually going to be there this time next week, so hopefully maybe I can pop in and say hi somewhere if you're playing anywhere.
Yes, Friday night Boathouse, and I think Sunday brunch next week.
Nice. There you go. Piano Rob will be close. Jen!
I just want to say thank you for coming on to the show. It's been a pleasure. It's been an honor. Everything you play is perfect. It gives me the chills. I couldn't be more excited to have you as a guest on the show. So thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to show us your talents.
Thank you. Thank you guys so much.
Rob, I'll throw it to you for a final thought before I announce the song you're going to do.
Okay. Well, first of all, thank you guys so much for having me. This is a lot of fun, and it's a really nice thing what you're doing. I think it's nice that people get to know people. It's a nice, safe place for everybody to come and hang out. So that is fantastic. I do hope I get to see all of you in person, and everybody be a little nicer this holiday season. That's my final thought. Be nice to each other.
That's awesome.
I love it. Well, of course, we want to, as a group, remind everybody that Debbie Bernfeld will be coming next week. We also want to, as a group, say, hey, thank you to our guest, Piano Rob, for coming in today and hanging out with us and bringing all of his special artistry to the channel. And thank everybody that's following him coming in here. So here's the key thing is we're doing this here. I sent a note out and said, hey, kind of what song should we do? And I was thinking about it too. And the song we're going to do is a great song. Lisa Bolas, welcome in. One, because one of the things that people don't know is I've been following Rob for quite some time. I'm lucky to be friends with him. I'm lucky to see him play in multiple locations through my time of coming down there and doing it. And one of the things that Rob brings to his songs is the passion, as you can feel, it comes from his soul. And this is a song that's special to me, and I can't wait to hear it in a couple weeks live at the park, but I am really ecstatic to hear it right now. Piano Rob, can you take us home with a little Happily Ever After?
Oh, I will. And for some reason it gets uneven, just give me a look and I'll play it instrumental. I know the sound gets weird. Ready to begin, let the wonder take hold. Feel it draw you in, and watch the moment unfold. Spark a dream that we're meant to follow, setting off on a new tomorrow. Every step we take brings a new hope, a new day. And every choice we make helps us find our own way. Every wish found and put in motion, diving in with our hearts wide open. And then the story comes alive when we look inside. New adventure is there in your eyes. We're just beginning, and let your heart beat faster. Reach out and find your happily ever after. Find your happily ever after. Now we're on our way. Leave the fears behind us. Not so far away from the dreams that live inside us. Moving down this road we've chosen. There's no limit to where we're going. And the story comes alive when we look inside. New adventure is there in your eyes. We're just beginning, and let your heart beat faster and reach out and find your happily ever after. Find your happily ever after. The battles, the stories, the losses, and all the glories that change by the way we live every day. Just reach up and look to the sky. We all have the courage to fly, and the story comes alive when we look inside. New adventure is there in your eyes. We're just beginning, and let your heart beat faster. Reach out and find your happily ever after. Find your happily ever after.
Amazing. Hang tight.
You got a smile that makes the sun rise.